Hey, beauty pros, welcome to Beauty Business Breakthroughs. My name is Shara, your guide to success in the beauty industry. In each episode, I'm going to be sharing my tips, tricks, and real life experiences. Plus, we'll bring in industry experts to drop their game-changing advice. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, get ready for practical insights that will elevate your beauty business. Let's dive in. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us today. I had the pleasure of speaking with Tina Lopez. Tina, thank you again for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about you and your background.
Yeah, so I actually am a former online business coach, now turned into an online content creator. I'm going to give you guys like the full story. It's just on how this landed together. So I actually used to be an online business coach for life coaches, things of that space. I would help them get their first clients. That was just really great run in terms of like fulfillment and helping people. But one of the things that I struggle with, and I think most entrepreneurs struggle with as well, is like doing a little bit of everything, right? Like you're doing the content creation, you're doing the marketing, the sales, the customer service. And as one person, it was really hard for me to do everything. And I ended up being burnt out. And then I feel like if you're an entrepreneur, you're always an entrepreneur at heart to an extent. So I had this level of, I want to go back to entrepreneurship, but I don't want to do the same things. And I had to really think about like my mission in terms of, I have two missions in life. One is to help entrepreneurs build generational wealth through business. And the second one is to help those same entrepreneurs actually have the time to enjoy that wealth. And I thought to myself, okay, how can I fulfill the mission of helping people at scale, but have a free calendar when it comes to like my day-to-day activities? And that's how I landed on content creation. So currently I actually help creators automate their content traffic and income, leveraging affiliate marketing, email marketing, and no code. And so that has been like a 2-3 year journey. Like it's not something that happened overnight. It's something that I built. I've built this business from the ground up. Didn't have a mentor or coach. I wish I did, but I couldn't because I didn't see anyone that was just doing what I wanted. 2 years, 3 years later, now I'm here to speak about it because I think it's at a place where I can actually feel confident to speak about it.
That's awesome. I love that. So you said a couple things when you were talking about, what you do now and how you help people. And one thing that I like to do is break it down in layman's terms, because again, I probably know what you're referring to, but maybe some of my listeners don't. So let's talk about digital marketing. Let's talk about the email marketing, the content creation, and some of those other things. I think you said, there was a couple other words that you had said. And I was like, and I even thought to myself, what's that? So let's break down each of the things that you do.
Yeah, so I have this in 3 areas of my business. So we have, I think I like to think of it as like traffic to own audience to conversions. So that's really money. So like the way that I like to think about traffic is there are different types of traffic. Most people think you need to invest in paid ads in order to get any type of growth. But honestly, I'll say that's the last step that I think most people should invest in.
Absolutely.
I'm not even investing in myself, right? And so the way that I break down my traffic is I have it in 2 areas, right? I have my content creation, which is where I'm posting blog articles, YouTube videos, all those things. And then I have my other one where it's like collaborations at scale. And so that's really thinking about like freebie swaps, bundles, collaborating with people, things of that nature. And so if I were to give advice in terms of what's the best way to build up your traffic with the least amount of time, I'm actually going to recommend collaborations at scale more than I would for content creation. And the reason why I say that is because collaborations at scale, when I'm saying this, I'm thinking of doing swaps with individuals, other creators. I'm also thinking about bundles. So if you're not familiar, we're going to go in layman's terms here.
Yeah, because I was even thinking to myself, what's swaps? What's bundles? Okay.
So freebie swaps is essentially, say, for example, you and I, we're partnering, right? We both serve a similar audience. Let's just say I have a freebie that I think would be a good fit for your audience, and you have a freebie that would be a good fit for my audience. And when I say freebie, think of it as a template, a guide, a checklist, something that you're giving to your audience for free to sign up to receive, right? So when they
Yep.
sign up, they're building the email list. And so what I'll do is I'll say, hey, why don't we do a swap where I promote your freebie to my list and you promote my freebie to your list. And so what ends up happening is that we're doing a collaboration where everybody wins. You get to get an audience reach for my list. I get to audience reach from your list. But I also, both our audiences get something for free that's new. So it's a win-win scenario where you're able to really target the type of audience reach that you'd like to have, but also very low key in terms of I don't have to create content to actually reach people, which is really nice for me. Now, when I think about bundles, it's like this is where bundles is a little bit more complex, but it can be somewhat simple. And so what I mean by this is that the way that bundles work is that, say, for example, you have a host, right? This host wants to create a bundle about email marketing. So what that host will do is that she'll recruit contributors, right? So you and I, we both have something along the lines of email marketing. We'll say, hey, host, can I contribute this product in your bundle for free? And so it's usually a paid product, right? And so I'll give it to this bundle for free. And what ends up happening is that there will be like a mini launch or a live launch where the bundle host and all the contributors will promote this bundle to our audiences. And so what is really great about that is that you get access to as many audiences as there are participating in the bundle. In a very short period of time, you can grow your email list in the fastest way possible. And so I don't post content to do that, but I still am able to get leads and traffic into my business. And content, in my opinion, is great, but I will say it's more so to build a brand. Like if you're posting on social media, do that to build a brand, but I would not personally rely on it in order to make money in my business. And that's just the way things work for me. It might be different for other people, but that's the traffic piece. Any questions before I kind of move on to the second?
Oh, no, I think that's great because one of the things that I've done back when I was providing services, I did have an email list and I would send out newsletters and promos and things of that nature. And it's probably been within the last 4 months that I have seen the value of my email marketing because I have a large list with my students and all of my customers and things of that nature. But I saw the value about 4 months ago in December when I was actually doing my end of year analytics for all these different things. And mind you, I've been in the business for 4 years. However, I don't think I really put enough value on the nurturing aspect of, okay, I actually was bringing in half of my income not from paid ads, not from organic marketing, from my email marketing, my SMS marketing. Like that totally blew my mind. So from then on, I have actually been, even advising some of my students and my clients, and even with myself, really ramping up my email marketing and working on growing that list because there's so much value. Because that is where you are nurturing relationships, you are providing value to your subscribers. And even when I send out an email that's just informational, that email will still make me money when it comes to them signing up for a class, them buying equipment, whatever the case is on the, I can't think of the word, passive income side. So I 100% love your ideas when it comes to growing your email marketing. And we will definitely have to talk after this because again, I'm only working, I have a large list and I have been working on growing it more again recently because first it was just email. Then I switched to SMS. Now I'm doing both. Right. Yeah. But mine is just based on either my free lead magnets, right, that I promote, or it's from my website or customers or that kind of thing. I've never done a collaboration or like you said, the bundles and things of that nature to reach out to other audiences because I do know the value of networking and collaborating, but I never thought about it from an email marketing standpoint. So I'm super excited to hear what else you have to say.
Yeah. So when I think about this, I just hearing your metrics, like it's not surprising to me that like over half of your income comes from email marketing. I would say almost maybe 90% of my income actually comes from email marketing. And that is just a true testament of how powerful it is. But also one of the other things that I would say when it comes to growing your email list is most people get the conception that content is king. And it's great, again, for building a brand, but it's not the best driver in terms of growing your email list. And a perfect example of this actually is around this time last year, before, like, I spent last year like figuring out all the strategies on what to do and how to do it. But last year, I think I made like 50 email subscribers within a month. And that was a huge win. And it is still a huge win. But now, like, my normal like day-to-day average is anywhere from 300 to 500 email subscribers per month. And it only takes...
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And it only takes me less than an hour's worth of work to implement all the strategies to do it. And it's very passive because once I set it, I forget it. And then I'm just like, oh, we made money, right? So that's the approach that I like to take things. But this is why we're going into the second piece of this phase of having an owned audience, right? So the only goal, in my opinion, for content is when you create content, your only call to action should be to join your email list. That should be the next step in the funnel. And the reason why I say that is because you own your list. You don't own your followers on any social media following. And a great example of this is like the whole reason why this spurred as so important to me last year was because in last year, I actually got an email from customer support from one of the platforms that I'm on and said, if you don't reply to this email, we're going to ban your account. And it was a whole mix up and they ended up apologizing and they didn't do that. But that was over like 2,000 followers that I had on social media. And I was just thinking to myself, like, shit, if that's gone, then traffic channel is gone. My income streams are gone. Like, that is a very bad position to be in, right? And my background is in finance. And one of the things that they teach you is the power of diversifying. And so that's when I really realized, okay, I need to have a backup plan because I cannot be at the whims of somebody else deciding, no, we're just going to scrap all my year's worth of work. And transitioning to own audience, there's two things that I want to talk about. One thing is the element of unsubscribes. I know some people are going to think to themselves like, oh my God, unsubscribes are bad. Like, why are people leaving my list? Honestly, I think it's not a bad thing if they do, because there's a couple things at play. If they're leaving your list, that is an opt-out, and that's totally fine because you're no longer paying for somebody who doesn't want to be there. And as I've grown my list, I've realized, holy shit, my costs are going up. Even before this call, I was just looking at my email service provider. I was like, damn, my costs to actually even be sending emails is going higher. And that's why it's so important to make money from your email list to cover those costs. And I'd rather have someone tell me that they don't want to hear from me than rather have to dig through my email subscribers. So that's one thing. The other layer of this is, as you alluded to earlier, is the power of like nurturing. I am a really big person into funnels and automation. I think they're the best thing ever. And if you're not familiar with funnels, think of it as you have an upside down triangle. That is the funnel, right? You have your traffic, and then you have your conversions, and then you have your sales. Now, the way that funnels work in the email marketing sense, it's basically just automating your email sending to automate your selling. That's all it is. If people try to make it more complex, like, it's not necessary. It's super simple. And with that being said, like, the way that I make money from my list, to go to the third part of conversions, is I always, in my email, have an opportunity for someone to buy from me. And I think it's like this, going back to this concept of don't waste eyeballs, right? If you're sending something, like, you want to create opportunities for people to buy from you. If you're asking yourself the question, if you ask me, Tina, how can I make more money? I'll ask you, how many times are you asking for money? And that's just like a very simple concept, right? If you want to make daily sales, then you need to ask in some way daily for a sale. And it doesn't necessarily need to come off salesy or sleazy or, an old car salesman. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that we're giving people the opportunity to buy from us because people like to buy more than you like to sell. And I think that's very mint. And so I've been testing this actually this past month throughout this year, where I've been testing, like, okay, let me send 3 emails per week for the past 1 to 2 months. I think I have like up to May scheduled now. And I've realized that my income has tripled because of it. And that's purely because I'm asking people, I'm promoting my offers, either it's an affiliate product or a digital product. And I'm just asking, like, literally, like, the way that my emails work is like I'll have a story. Maybe I'll use inspiration from my life to talk about the story. And then I'll have a lesson in terms of what that story can teach you about the application to your business. And then I have a simple call to action, which is my PS. And I create a link where it's like, hey, based on the story, if you don't want to be in this position, then I have a really great course that's going to help you accomplish XYZ. And it's just one line where I'm selling people. Other stuff, it's providing value and insights. So that's what I have to say so far about email marketing.
I love it. So you had said something that really resonated with me, and I actually know firsthand this story. So you had talked about power of social media and having an account shut down, and all of a sudden, if that is your only source of followers and engagement and things of that nature, you don't have an email marketing strategy, like, you're immediately taken out of the game. So two things. One, when I first started out, my Instagram was shut down. Still to this day, I have no idea why. One day I go to log in and it's gone. And it was at the beginning of the phase, the beginning of my journey. I had 1,000 followers and I was so excited, and it felt like my world had was taking a nosedive. But I started to use social media right away, and I had to build that up, and that's where I am today. So I know that feeling, right? I know the feeling when I'm running Facebook and Instagram ads and all of a sudden my ad stops running. Facebook and Instagram say, oh, no, we don't like this ad. We shut it down, whatever. Or I've even had instances where they've shut my account down altogether. So none of my ads can run. But knowing that I have that backup of the email. So let's say, for instance, something happens, I can still send out emails. I can still notify my subscribers of, oh, hey, here's our new account. Here's where to find us on social media, whatever the case is. So I want to say it was about a year or 2 years ago, I had run into somebody who was in business, and they had about, I want to say 50 or 60,000 followers on their business account. So really sizable. And Instagram shut their page down. And so they were going back and forth, trying to figure out why. They had no email subscribers whatsoever. So they essentially just lost everything. They had to start over again. They had no way of letting their clients and customers and subscribers and followers and all of that know. They just had to start a new page. And it was mind-boggling to me that this successful business, so I thought, had no email marketing strategy, plan. So the value, like you said, once again, in having that far surpasses what we know or see in front of us, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, one thing I'll tell people all the time is that followers, likes, comments, they don't pay the bills, honestly.
Nope.
And so if they don't pay the bills, why am I wasting my time catering to an algorithm? I'd rather not. I'd rather spend my time writing an email sequence to actually sell something than actually posting a TikTok video. Because it comes down to, what do you value? Are you optimizing your business to build a brand, or are you optimizing your business to make money? And so determining those two factors will vastly determine, like, what activities you do. And the last piece that I want to talk about is this conversion piece in terms of, like, what income streams work for me. So for your audience, it might be different, but for me, I think there's some things that could be applied. The way that I make money is in 3 areas, maybe 4 actually. So it is in content share platforms. So I am a blogger. I make money through this blogging platform, and I also am a YouTuber on the side, slowly building up. But
good for you.
Thank you. But eventually it will hopefully make money from AdSense, but that's not necessarily the goal, in my opinion. That is, like, my lowest income stream, to be honest. The other one is newsletter referrals, where basically I refer people to join other people's newsletters, and I make money per subscriber that joins other people's lists. And then the third piece is also affiliate marketing. So if you have a product that I love and I'm able to promote it to my audience, I'll get a commission of that sale. And then the last piece is actually digital products, which really like this year, like I'm definitely starting to ramp up and make more money that way. And so that's 4 income streams. And because my background is in finance, I have 4 ways to diversify my income streams. But this is how it all comes into play. I've actually been talking a lot about this and writing a lot about this, but like, how do you create a simple funnel or simple workflow, let's just say, that gets you paid at every single stage? Well, the way that I do this is I have my content share platforms in terms of Medium is right where I write my blog. If people read my content, I get paid there. It's maybe like a couple cents or a couple dollars. It's not a lot, right? Then again, my goal with my content is to just have people join my email list, right? So they'll get a freebie through my email list, and then you'll have the opportunity to opt into other newsletter referrals. So I make money there. It's free to my audience, and I make money by sending people quality subscribers to other people. And then the last piece is where I talk about like when people actually subscribe, the second step of the funnel is actually a limited time offer of mine. So I'll either give a discount for the next 24 hours for a specific subscriber who buys one of my digital products, things like that, right? So let's just say in terms of subscribers, I make money from people who read my content, who make money from the email referrals. And then I also make money from if they buy a digital product. And if they buy a digital product, what I'll also do is I'll send them a couple set of emails saying, hey, like, here's this really great affiliate product that works well. Maybe it's software, maybe it's a course or anything like that. And at that place, like I've optimized for money at every single stage. And I think it's important to do that. And it's really majority of the time, like 80 or maybe like 80% of that funnel is free to the subscriber, but it's me making money. And the way that they're paying me is really through my digital product and maybe the affiliate product. If they use my affiliate link, they don't have to, but if they do, then thank you. I appreciate that. It helps me as a creator.
Absolutely.
And so that's just like the simple funnel that I've used in order to make money in my business.
That's lovely. Great ideas. And as you're sitting here telling me the different avenues, and my background is tax and business consulting. So that's finance, mortgage. So I completely relate to what you're saying. Our mind works a little bit different than the average person, but diversifying your income is extremely important, whether you are selling a product or a service or it's information, whatever it is, diversifying that income. And then not only just diversifying the income, but diversifying how you're making that income. That is the goal. And so again, whether you're providing a product, a physical product, a digital product, or a service, I think it's important for my listeners to even get the idea, the mindset, the concept of growing their email marketing list through these different channels. Like you said, these flows, whether they're coming to their social media. And granted, I built my business originally on organic marketing. So I do know that the organic marketing piece is profitable. It is beneficial, but at the same time, that's just one piece. That's what people see. So you have to have the social media in order to validate, yes, I'm a business. This is who I am. But then simultaneously, like you said, be building up this email list to be able to sell them other physical or digital products, downloads, the affiliate link. Again, for my listeners who are providing services, they might decide that they want to be an affiliate for different hair care, skin care, nails, whatever. And then they, of course, have customers who are in that same niche and industry or whatever. And now they're making money not only by servicing clients, but by referring their clients to these brands and making money on that. So I think that is great ideas. Like I said, I love your concept of simplifying things, diversifying things. So what is the one biggest way that you think my listeners would be able to hear your story and know how can what you do relate to them?
Yeah. So I think there's this concept of like, businesses will have different niches. There's different niches, right? You guys serve the beauty industry. I serve the content creator industry. But strategies tend to not be that different. It's just in a different arena. And so if you're thinking about like, how can I do this for my beauty service? Like I would really like ask maybe like the first thing I would do is there any way where I can refer customers to other people and get paid for that? So like the simplest way is, say, for example, let's just say like you do hair and you have these great hair care products that you think are really great. What you can do is as they're checking out, you could say to them, hey, would you also to have this hair product or this hairspray or whatever it is, right? I'm not in the beauty industry, so I'm not sure. But
No, I know what you mean though.
and it's okay, great. Then you can make a percentage of that commission. So I think that's important to one action item that you could do.
I love that. That's a great idea. And that's something I've actually been working on recently as well. I've got an Amazon storefront that I end up referring a lot of my students to buy some simple things or whatever. But honey, let me just tell you, they pay peanuts. And I sit here and think, this is crazy. I'm making them so much money every month and they just pay peanuts. But it is what it is.
I think
so.
One quick thing, I would also say like Amazon, I actually don't do a ton of affiliate marketing through Amazon because it pays peanuts. So what you can actually do is you can actually, depending on the product, sometimes actual like products have their own affiliate program. Right. Amazon just tends to be like the catch-all. But if you want to increase your commissions, I would recommend you go directly to the product, contact their customer service or whatever and say, hey, I've been generating a lot of business for you. Is there any way that I can, instead of Amazon, where you have to pay a cut to Amazon, can I just promote you directly? Do you have some type of affiliate program? You get a higher commission from them directly and they make more money without paying any fees.
Yeah, I like that. And that's what I've done with some of the products as well, because I completely agree. I had to give it some time to build up. I've been doing it for about 9 or 10 months, whereas before I was still sending people to Amazon, but I'd found out about the storefront thing. And like I said, I had to let it build up for me to really see, okay, how much money is being made here. So I like that idea. I think what's ironic enough, I signed up to be an affiliate with one company and just one sale, I made half of what I've been making from Amazon storefront referrals for the month. But some of the other products I do have to figure out because they're so generic. And when I say generic, I mean like gloves, mask, Q-tips, just simple things that it wouldn't necessarily be a brand. So I think I do need to dig in and look at some of the products that I have on the Amazon storefront and do exactly what you said. Reach out to them directly, find out who the brand is more specifically, and see if they have an affiliate program, because some of them are paying anywhere from 10 to 30%. Versus Amazon. For those of you who are listening, it's only 3%.
I think what's also going to be helpful for you is that's exactly, Amazon's great because they have a storefront. They do the legwork for you. So what I actually have, and it's actually a freebie that if you want, I could send to your audience. It's actually like our affiliate bank, which is our template database. And so I just use that myself where like whenever I see a product that I like, instead of creating my own damn storefront, like I just add it to a database that's shareable. And whenever people ask, oh, like, what other products do you recommend? I'm like, oh, here's my database. Here's why. I'll have like a section where here's why I love the product. Here's what it is. Here's my affiliate link. And
I love it. Yeah, I would love to be able to share that with my audience and things of that nature. So thank you again, Tina, so much for joining me today. I have absolutely enjoyed this conversation, really getting some tips, not only for my listeners and subscribers and students, but for myself as well. Like I said, I can't wait for us to connect and chat after this. For my listeners who are interested in connecting with you, how can they find you? Where can they find you? All that good stuff.
Yeah, so the most areas where I spend majority of my time is actually in our Content Creators Club, which is my direct newsletter. So I'll make sure to send you the link for the show notes. But as I mentioned earlier, I'll also give you guys a freebie, which is our affiliate bank, so that if you are interested in affiliate marketing, you can start putting all those links in one place and not necessarily depend on Amazon to house them for you.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you again. And for those of you who are joining us today, I appreciate the time that you've taken. Hope you find value in this conversation, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today's Beauty Business Breakthroughs. I hope you found these insights valuable and actionable for your beauty business. Remember, success in this industry is within your reach. If you're hungry for more and ready to take your beauty business to the next level, consider joining our Get Fully Booked Accelerator program. We are dedicated to helping beauty professionals like you achieve extraordinary success with strategies that can take your business to 10K per month and beyond. Simply send us a direct message on Instagram, Lux Beauty and Body Co., with the word success, and we'll provide you with all of the details on how you can be a part of this game-changing program. Your journey to a thriving beauty business starts now. Thank you again for tuning in, and until next time, stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making those beauty business breakthroughs.